how do we at ExecuNet help a leader stop reciting their resume and start telling a story of impact that only they can make? How do we do that? How do we make that happen for people?
Well, part of that is to step back from their career for a moment and step back from themselves and to really understand and be able to articulate the why. Why are you interested in this? Why have you taken that action? Why is this your purpose or your mission that you're committed to? And then tell me how you did it concisely and the impact that you've had, results, which could be obviously numbers, percentages, dollars, etc. But beyond that, what's the organizational impact or the market impact or the client impact? That's all part of your story. What I find is, and why I love doing this work is when we step back and we actually begin a little, well, with tell me about your early life and your key lessons learned and your college experience, etc. Not that you're going to share all of that in an interview, but that really became your why. It's interesting to listen to people and be able to connect the dots with them around, you just didn't start doing this yesterday. Think about what you've told me. This is sort of how you were raised, the values that you have inherited and taken upon, and a collection of the experiences that you have starting very early in life. I'm coaching someone right now who is interviewing for a regional position in a hospital system. He's been with that organization, I think, for 30 years. And he's one of two finalists, both internal candidates now, who have been there. So, what we talked about is not making the assumption that everyone knew him or knew his value or knew even what he'd accomplished. They may have seen reports or numbers on paper and so on, but really thinking about leveraging what he's accomplished, including the relationships at the federal level, state level, et cetera, the challenges that hospitals and healthcare have upon them, and how can you add value to creating the strategy and then, of course, execution and engaging others. So it was the part of the story that he really didn't think about because he was just busy doing. And it certainly wasn't something that he had articulated widely, thinking he might be braggadocious because everyone had problems and so on. But in an interview setting for this significant change in his career and promotion, it was necessary to pull all of that together to communicate all of the value he brings, not just education, responsibilities, etc. That's all on your resume. How can you make your resume come alive and at the same time give individuals a sense of how you are to work with and what they can expect, and obviously the bottom line, the value that you bring for the future?